In a world where the nuances of morality and legality intertwine intricately, the adage "all is fair in love and war" often sparks a complex debate, particularly in the context of modern warfare. Today we delve into the ethical and legal frameworks that govern the conduct of war, using the ongoing conflict in Ukraine as a focal point. The Russian-Ukraine conflict, a case study in war ethics. In the spotlight of contemporary international conflict is the alarming situation involving the abduction of Ukrainian children by Russian forces. Russian President Vladimir Putin, alongside Maria Lvova-Belova, the Russian Commissioner for Children's Rights, has been instrumental in relocating these children to Russia. This act has been met with widespread condemnation, being labeled as kidnapping and even described as a war crime by the United Nations and the International Criminal Court, which has issued arrest warrants for the involved parties. This scenario raises a critical question: is everything truly fair in war? The genesis of war regulations, the Geneva Conventions. The journey to understanding the current rules of war takes us back to 1859, in a small town within the Austrian Empire, where Henry Dunant was moved by the horrors of the Battle of Solferino to advocate for better treatment of war victims. This advocacy led to the formation of the International Red Cross and the genesis of the Geneva Conventions. These conventions were established to ensure the humane treatment of all parties in a conflict, including combatants and civilians, and have evolved over time to include comprehensive regulations covering various aspects of warfare. Modern warfare and the evolving rules of engagement. The nature of warfare has dramatically changed with advancements in technology and strategy, exemplified by past operations like the United States Operation Popeye during the Vietnam War. This operation involved weather modification to impede Vietnamese forces, a tactic that was not initially covered by international treaties, but later led to the Environmental Modification Convention. Similarly, the usage of chemical weapons, as seen in the 2013 Ghouta attack in Syria, has been a point of contention. Despite not being a signatory to the Chemical Weapons Convention at the time, Syria's actions were widely condemned as violations of the Geneva Gas Protocol and customary international humanitarian law, showcasing the complex interplay between specific treaties and general principles of war conduct. The moral imperatives beyond legal boundaries. While legal frameworks provide a basis for accountability, they do not always encapsulate the full scope of moral obligations during conflict. The strategic decisions by leaders like Bashar al-Assad and Vladimir Putin not only challenge the boundaries of these laws, but also highlight the ongoing struggle between maintaining strategic interests and adhering to global ethical standards. The destruction of cultural heritage, such as the burning of the Iraq National Library, further illustrates the profound impacts of war beyond immediate physical destruction, affecting the cultural and historical legacy of entire populations. Looking forward, the future of international humanitarian law. As warfare continues to evolve, so too must the regulations that govern it. The advent of technologies such as artificial intelligence and autonomous weapons poses new ethical challenges that the international community must address to maintain relevancy and effectiveness of wartime laws. In conclusion, while the principles of international humanitarian law strive to impose order and humanity in the chaotic realm of war, the adherence to these rules remains a challenge. The ongoing violations and the complexity of enforcing these laws underscore a harsh reality. While we aspire for a world where all parties respect the laws of war, achieving this ideal remains a daunting and perhaps an unattainable task in the near future. Through continued dialogue and adaptation, however, there is hope that these principles will eventually lead to a more humane approach to resolving conflicts.